All right, continuing on. So question 14, I was talking about a little bit the interaction between Rainsford and Zaraf and how it advances or how it reveals Rainsford's attitude about Zaraf. So we have to look at what we have already. I think sometimes the hard part is because we already have the information from reading the whole text, but looking at just the excerpt here. And so like I said, I highlighted some of the information that shows their interaction, specifically what Rainsford is saying and how he's behaving. So civilized and you shoot down men. He also holds his tongue in cheek. And then Zaraf is explaining what the hunt is like. You know, I suggest one of them that we go hunting. I give him supplies. If my quarry eludes me for 3 whole days, he wins the game. If I find him, he loses. And then Rainsford's response is, suppose he refuses to be hunted. And the general explains, well, they have an option, but it's really Ivan. Nobody chooses that. And if they win, and he says, to date, I have not lost. So if we come back to our question here, that interaction reveals that B, he believes Zaraf's behavior is inhumane. He's seeing all the hints and understands this. Okay. It's not that he's afraid of his lack of self-control, his power, or questioning his sanity, because he is just listening to this. And so we see him holding his tongue in cheek, or in check. Yeah, obviously it's in his cheek, but, and then we also see him just listening to this process and talk to him about civilized, and you say that's civilized. So that's where that word choice would lead us to show B as our best answer, okay? Because the opposite of civilized is inhumane. B, how does Rainsford's attitude advance the plot of this passage? Is it A, he knows Zaraf is unpredictable? Well, no, and if you think back to all the time we spent on analyzing his character, it's really flat. He is predictable. Once he shares all his information, we know exactly what he's going to do and what his goal is. It's really just his passion for hunting. So we could eliminate that. He thinks Zaraf likes to play games, and that one's very generic of a response. So, of course, whenever you're answering, you want to pick the best, most close related response to part A, which is tying in, because it's asking here about his attitude. What's it reveal? Okay. And then how does that attitude advance the plot? So the fact of inhumanity. Back to, so like I said, B, not necessarily enough information there as far as just thinking Zaraf likes to play games. That's not showing his attitude advancing the plot either. C, he realizes being hunted offers a chance for survival. Okay, and this is hinting at advancing the plot because we're looking at the concept of being hunted moving forward. And he's also asking those questions. You know, we go back to our excerpt here. He's asking those questions to make sense of what this game actually is. And it is what we figure and what we learn, hunting men. And so every time I go back to the slide here, I feel like it takes my writing off. Perhaps in the video you can see that. But so it's not the unpredictability. It's not the playing games. He realizes that being the hunted offers a chance for survival. This is advancing the plot. He's saying that, and what if they win? And even though Zaraf says to date they haven't, it is that chance. It is that chance for survival that, okay, you are legitimately setting this game up so that there is a chance to win. So if he becomes the hunted, that he could perhaps survive this situation. Okay, and just his questioning technique and attitude towards things is helping to advance that plot. Okay, there's not really I'd say the understanding that he's expected to go hunting has kind of already taken place there. It's more so just his response to those questions and trying to figure out, how we're moving forward with this. And we know in the end he does successfully win the hunt, or the game, I should say, win this most dangerous game, right? Okay, so those were your most missed questions. If you had below a 70%, which is showing that there was not proficiency on this, make sure that you're completing the retake. If you missed a few questions and you would like to just remediate on those, you may email me. Make sure you're doing the calculations between your multiple choice versus your constructor response. So you would just, subtract your constructor response score and then divide what you have for multiple choice to decide if you need to retake that or just remediate kind of one-on-one questions. Okay? If you need anything, let me know.